So even though you might think that it looks like they're kissing, no, they are not. They are basically being a bit aggressive with each other, or they're trying to get the food. And they're trying to set their territory within the pond itself. Hi, this is Anita from the Dusty Roads podcast, where it's all about living your life as a global citizen. And anyone if you've been listening to me, which I hope you have been, you'll understand that we believe in living our life as a global citizen. And that means about learning about all parts of the world and all types of things. I believe that living our life as a global citizen means that you care about the world, you care about learning, and you care about being able to learn about other people and things out there in the world. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily travel the world, or, that if you can, it's great to be able to travel the world and go out and explore the world. I recommend everyone do it. But at the same time, if you're not able to do it, or it's not something that you really want to do, I hope you'll still join with us on this journey to live your life as a global citizen. And one of the things we're going to talk about is the koi fish. And those of you that don't know what a koi fish is, let me first explain a little bit of what a koi fish is. A koi fish is actually a carp fish, but it's a Japanese fish that you will see a lot of times in ponds throughout Asia. And they're brightly colored fish that swim around in these ponds. And one of the things that you'll notice as you watch these fish, if you ever have the opportunity to actually see a koi fish, which I hope you will be able to, because you can find some in the United States here. And I didn't realize this until, relatively recently, that there's even koi fish clubs here. There's people that raise them here, and that it is quite a big hobby, that there's a lot of people that love koi fish, just like I love koi fish, and that they actually raise the koi fish. They're an ornamental fish that's highly valued for their beauty and their symbolism. They are native to Asia and have been bred for centuries to produce various colors and patterns. So they're the fish that you'll see. They'll be brightly colored. And one of the most exciting aspects of the koi fish is the way they interact with each other. So when two koi fish come together, you almost will feel like they're like kissing. They almost seem to be like kissing each other. And so that's why a lot of people ask the question, like, what's the kissing meaning of the koi fish? What exactly does it mean? Well, the koi fish are not exactly kissing. This is interesting, that they're known for their complex social behaviors. So actually, these fish are quite complex fish. That the kissing is more for dominance and hierarchies and territorial and courtship display. So they're not kind of like I'm, coming towards you with my mouth to sort of like kiss you. No, this is more like dominance. This is more like they'll interact with each other when they're competing for food or even territory. When two koi fish come together, they may open their mouths and touch each other briefly. This behavior is called kissing or nipping, but is not a sign of affection. Instead, it's a way for the fish to establish dominance or compete for resources. So when you see those koi fish and you kind of see them, which looks like they're kind of like kissing, they're not kissing. This is about, they're more fighting. The two fishes are interacting with one fish saying to the other fish, "Get out of my way." Or I'm the chief fish in the pond. Even though we see this action with two fish kissing, they are not. They are fighting or acting aggressively with each other. So even though you might think that it looks like they're kissing, no, they are not. They are basically being a bit aggressive with each other, or they're trying to get the food. And they're trying to set their territory within the pond itself. This is not a kissing behavior. This is a aggressive behavior between these fish. And this is an action of dominance, with one fish being dominant over the other fish. So, the koi fish have quite a bit of different symbolism. That's why you'll see like a lot of koi fish in contemporary art. You'll see them on tattoos. They're a symbol of love. So here now is the interesting part of all of this. Despite the fact that the kissing fish is really about aggression, the kissing koi fish is still a positive symbol in many cultures. So that's why they've seen as kind of like a symbol of love and many other things. You see the yin and yang of them and the yin and yang symbol. And that's, because they're, symbolize things like marital bliss, fidelity, all these different types of things, positive aspects of it. when in reality, the kissing of the koi fish, that movement, is really one of aggression. What's really interesting about the koi fish is there's so many different legends about them. They are such an integral and such an important part of Asian culture. And that's one of the reasons why we love koi fish, and we love to talk about the koi fish, because if you understand the koi fish, then you can understand a lot of different things about Asia, Asian culture, Asian art. It's important to sort of understand a little bit about these fish and some of their symbolism. The koi fish have a long history, particularly in Japan and China. So, that's why in these cultures, they symbolize things as good luck, prosperity, perseverance, love, happy in love, lucky in love, all these other different things. And they also are the idea of transformation and personal growth. The reason is that there's a legend of a koi fish at Dragon's Gate. And Dragon's Gate is a famous Chinese fable that tells the story of the koi fish. And it talks about the koi fish is swimming upstream in the Yellow River, and he's hoping to reach the top of the waterfall, which is called Dragon's Gate. And many of them, they can't succeed. They're not able to get up there. It's such a tough way to get up. And one koi fish gets up there, and when he gets up there, he gets transformed into a dragon. And it really symbolizes like this long, hard journey, but how you can have success at the end when you fight through, you persevere through, you make it through, and then you'll see success at the end. That's why a lot of times the koi fish, they symbolize this thing as luck, they symbolize perseverance, they symbolize working hard. There's also a legend of the koi fish and the samurai warrior, and this is in Japan. And the koi fish have long been revered in Japan for their beauty and their resilience. They're often kept in outdoor ponds and admired for their vibrant colors and graceful movements. But there's a story told of a samurai in Japan, and this is during the feudal period in Japan. And he had a young koi fish that he prized since he was a young age. And the fish was powerful and had the stunning red and white patterns, making it stand out from the rest. And one day a rival samurai came and tried to fight with the samurai and tried to fight him for his estate. And then he noticed the prized koi fish, envious of its beauty. And the rival samurai attempted to steal the fish from its pond. However, the koi fish fought back with all of its might, refusing to be taken from its home and refusing to be taken from its home and owner. The samurai watched in amazement as the koi fish repeatedly jumped out of the water, attempting to bite and to attack the thief. The fish's fierce loyalty and determination impressed the samurai, who realized he could learn something from the creature. From that day forward, the samurai adopted the koi fish symbol to symbolize his strength and his dedication. So that's why, koi fish symbolize, strength, dedication. So really the reality is that when you look at koi fish in Asia, they really represent all that's good. Things that are good, things that are positive. They don't represent things that are negative. They represent things as hard work, perseverance, dedication, good luck, prosperity, happiness, love, strength, dedication. So basically all these things that are positive, the koi fish represents. That's one reason why we love the koi fish and love this about the legend and the other things. It really helps to explain why the koi fish is such an important part of the Japanese and also Chinese and other Asian culture, and why when you go to maybe hotels or you go to restaurants or you go to a factory or other places, if you're in Asia, you might see a koi fish pond outside because it symbolizes all of these good things and everything that is good. This is Anita from the Dusty Roads Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate you. And if you've enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up and also subscribe. We'd love to have you be part of our community. We'd love to have you join us on this journey as we strive to live our life as a global citizen, which means we learn all different things about the world and learn a whole bunch of different things just about life in general. We'd like to thank you, our audience. We know without you, this is not possible. And we'd also like to thank Rico for helping to put these podcasts together. We know that without him and put it together would also not be possible. Thank you so much for listening.